Welcome back everybody, Carmen here with Fresh Cut Flower Farm. I am growing in a Zone 6B here in the state of Missouri, and my Lisianthus plugs have finally arrived, and I'm excited to share with you what varieties that I will be growing this year. Now, I have no previous experience with Lisianthus, so if you're looking for a Lisianthus how-to, this is not the video for you. But I will share all the resources that I have that I turned to while I was doing my research on what to do with my plugs. Now, Lisianthus can be started from seed. However, they are a bit of a diva. They just want all their conditions just right, and they take a very long time to germinate and grow. And so I just decided to leave that for the professionals, and I ordered in plugs. Now, at some point, I'll probably try my hand at growing seeds, but I thought for my first year, maybe I'll just go ahead and get the plugs, test the water a little bit. Now, anyone can purchase seeds. However, I believe you need to be a commercial grower, have a business in order to purchase the plugs. Now, if I am wrong on that and you know of a company that sells plugs to the general public, please put that information down in the comment below, because I'm sure there's many people out there that would love to just buy the plugs as opposed to having to start them from seed. So let me show you the varieties that I have. So this is Lisianthus Roseanne Green, and the Roseanne Green is a true green color, and it has slightly ruffled petals, and it's also a group 1. And toward the end of the video, I will explain what the different groups mean. And then we have Corelli 2 White. So it is a group 2 Lisianthus, and obviously it's white, and it has a really large bloom, a full bloom with double ruffled petals. So that will look really pretty with my colorful flowers for my market bouquets. And then we have Advantage Cherry Sorbet, and this one is a very deep pink with, again, a large full bloom head, and it's got ruffled petals as well. Now, I couldn't find an exact group on this one. It just says it's a mid to late flowering Lisianthus, so I'm thinking a 3-4 on this one. So Lisianthus are divided into groups. You have groups 1, 2, 3, 4. Lisa Mason Ziegler did a podcast with Dave Dowling several weeks ago about Lisianthus. It's also a YouTube video that you can watch, and it has a wealth of information, and he explains those groups so clearly. I really struggled to understand what the groupings meant, and then after I listened to that, it was just like a light bulb came on. So make sure you go back and listen to that. I'll put a chart up here that kind of gives you an overview of what the groups mean. It basically is just telling you how quickly those Lisianthus will bloom. Okay, so make sure you go back and watch that video. So my plan is I'm going to bump all of these up to 72 cell trays. I'm going to grow them for 3 to 4 weeks, and then they'll go in the ground. Now, the reason that I'm doing that is based on information that I have gotten from Jenny Love's blog. When she gets hers in, she pots them all up to 72s and then plants them out a couple of weeks before her last frost. And she grows a lot of Lisianthus, so I figure she's definitely a reliable source. So that is my plan. I'm going to do the same thing, pot them up, grow them for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then they'll go out in the ground about 3 to 4 weeks before my last frost. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my plugs up to 72 cell trays. So Lisianthus are hardy down to about a zone 7. So they like those cool temperatures to get going, but their bloom time is during the summer. So we'll give them about a month of those cool temperatures, and then hopefully during the summer they'll put on a show for us. So I'm going to get all of my trays filled, and then we'll get them potted up. So I've got my potting soil here, and this is just plain old potting soil that I've moistened. And then I've got my 72 cell trays here. And so we'll just get to filling those up. I swear, sometimes I think the hardest part of potting up flowers is filling these darned old trays, getting them good and packed in there. Just when you think you have them nice and packed, you'll come across one that's only half full. Now when you plant the Lisianthus, you don't want to bury the neck of them, okay? So you don't want to hill up around this neck here. You want to make sure that you're leaving some space to get plenty of airflow under that so it doesn't rot on you. And that is the same for when you put it into the ground. All right, I've got all the Lisianthus moved up to the 72 cell trays. It took several hours. Those trays were the 216, the plug trays were. And so, yeah, took me a while to get all of that moved up. And so they'll just hang out here under the lights for the next 3 to 4 weeks. If we get some nice days in there, I'll, take them outside so they can soak up some sunshine. So my plan is to put them in the ground around the first part of April. If you have grown Lisianthus in the past and you have any tips and tricks, please comment below. I value any information that you all can give. This is the first time I've grown them, but I am really looking forward to it because they're such a beautiful flower. So thank you for joining me. That's going to be it for this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.